I'm also just a
Have a go.
standing in front of asking.
Eat my shorts.
Welcome to Nostalgia AM, and the first ever show in Northern Ireland that exclusively talks about nostalgia, probably. What we're going to do here is have a guest every week, and they're going to give me 3 nostalgic nuggets that takes them back and make things that make you go, that was class, wasn't it? So anything like that goes. And so we'll get our first guest on now. I would do it all myself, but then the soul of the show would be emptier than Action Man's under crackers. See, we've started now. Steven, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I thought it would be best to have you as my first guest on the show, because if I'm talking about things that I was experiencing whenever in my youth and it makes me feel nostalgic, then there's no one better to talk about with than someone that was experiencing the exact same shit as I was whenever I was when I was younger. So if you want to start me off with your first one, please.
First nostalgic nugget. Okay. Probably be. I'm gonna be a little sneaky here. I'm gonna say POGS.
POGS, right? Okay.
First one. So, the reason why I say, I'll explain why it's a sneaky one in a minute. But POGS, because I really enjoyed. I like the idea of POGS more than the actual reality of POGs. You sort of had a POG. I never really knew what to do with them, and I still don't. But I like the idea of just collecting them, and I like the fact that I think one of the best bits about POGs was that you could get them free in packet of Watsits.
Yeah, the Watsits. Yeah, and you could feel the packet to see if they had
the
it.
stupidest things ever. Like, oh, you might get one. I'm not going to take that risk. I'm going to
Just
spend
feel the
a few
Watsits.
minutes in the shop fitting for the POGs, and yeah, I just always felt like I was getting something for free with POGs.
Was it in cereal as well, POGs, or it was more of a crisp
It was
thing,
definitely
wasn't it?
Chris thing, but I'm glad you brought the cereal because that was my sneaky bit. Because with POGs, but also just in general, getting stuff free and food is the better thing. Crisps and
They
then
don't do it anymore,
cereal.
really, do they? The free stuff.
I was telling this the other day, and we both were like had a moment of. I know, actually, you don't get now in cereals extra protein. You don't have to get any
Yeah,
toy,
and less sugar.
and less sugar. You kind of want to get a toy and then get about 30 grams of sugar, and that sets you up for the day.
Yeah. Well, I have with me a couple of POGs.
Right, okay.
So they're not probably the ones that you would have played with.
Yeah,
There are
Pokemon.
ones. Yeah, these are Pokemon POGs.
Uh-huh.
This isn't a slammer, so we
Yeah.
should say that slammers were.
Yeah.
The idea of POGs is what you stack them together, and then you have to flip them.
I understood that bit of it, but I don't know how you ever you meant to like steal POGs and win POGs.
I think you have to lay down early doors if you're playing for keeps or not when it comes to POGs.
Okay.
So before you start, it's like, right, if I win the POGs, am I keeping them?
Yeah, you always have a few like precious ones, like a nice shiny one or a good.
Yeah,
thick
you're
one.
not playing with your good POGs.
Yeah. And like this slammer, like
That is a token from Barry's
That's
in
a-
Portrush.
well, that's a-
So that's essentially
double
that's a
stuff.
raid on the Dodgems, which is potentially worth more than a POG.
You could cash that in still now. That people used to have like it was worse than this. People had the big ones with
The big metal ones.
with teeth on it, and they would slam it. Like you've just destroyed my POG.
They would
You can
dent it. Not only could they steal your POG, but they're damaging
They're in the front.
the cardboard.
You can keep that POG now. It's absolutely ruined. I think part of the problem is if I was playing POGs now, I just Google it. How do you play POGs? And it'd know.
YouTube, some 6-year-old kid would be doing a YouTube video.
Yeah,
and
60
explain
million
it.
followers, and people would just watch them play POGs.
Yeah, the 6-year-olds essentially got me through my degree. Don't know it. I'll ask a 6-year-old on YouTube.
There'd be a video for it. I know. I do think I probably would have enjoyed POGs more if YouTube was around.
Do you know what POG stands for?
I didn't even know it stood for something though.
Well, it kind of does and it kind of doesn't.
Right.
So it stands for passion fruit, orange, and guava. Why? Why, I hear you ask? Because back in Hawaii, it was big. I think it was based off like a Japanese game that I can't remember the name of. It was like Menko or something. But in Hawaii, they all absolutely loved playing this Japanese game.
Right.
And they had a drink that had like, it might have been called POG, I don't know. But it had passion fruit, orange and guava in it.
Right.
And the lid
Okay.
on the juice drink was like this like flat piece of cardboard. And then they all would have played with it.
That's a crap lid, but that's a good game.
So
I can see why they abbreviated it. It's not
so that's POG.
Yeah.
But then like this big company or whatever, or a guy, businessman come in, trademarked the word POG, and then started making POGs and stuff. So essentially POG is like the Hoover or Kleenex or like sellotape.
I quite like that, yeah.
It's
I like that.
we're using the word, but it's not actually.
It was the brand.
Yeah, we're
for it.
using the brand name POG.
Ah, I like that. I like a few things. Yeah, like Hoover. Everyone still calls it a Hoover. No one ever calls it a vacuum cleaner.
Is there anything else that you kind of played when you were a kid? Like I think marbles is probably in that same kind of category.
I'm going to admit, like, marbles is the same category that I never really understood how it worked either. I think I was too risk averse. I just didn't like the fact that I could
Someone could
potentially take it. And
The risk
you're right
wasn't
though.
worth
You needed to lay down the laws at the start, but you also got some wee chancer who'd be like, "Oh no, that's my one," and then you change the rules halfway through if you won your good marble. I just didn't like that.
There's no shame in being scared to lose your marbles.
Well, that's it. Like I've watched Hook, and
Yeah.
guess
Superman lost his marbles for a long time. Like.
he did.
By the
Like,
time he got them back, it was arguably too late. Like.
and if I had any kid to watch Hook and then play marbles after that,
Well, I have a little thing something that kids these days play with now is quite popular. Is
I don't know.
is Nerf.
Yeah,
Everything seems to be Nerf.
yeah. Like I feel. Oh, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's much more powerful than I remember our little soft toy guns. You more had like you had to know that was coming.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you should bring that up actually because I came prepared with another thing that we played with when we were kids.
I do remember that.
Which is
I do remember that.
so since we're testing the velocity of the items,
However, my levels.
surely can't be as sore as it was.
My levels of fear have dropped because I remember fondly shooting this and just dribbling out the end. I say dribbling out the end.
Very conscious that I'm pointing a gun at you.
Are you going to actually
I'm gonna shoot you, right?
Right, go. Ah! That didn't dribble.
I can confirm that is quite the dent.
I think right on my BCG as well. Oh, that's it.
So, not a toy for children.
No, who gave a kid that?
Why did I have this?
Yeah, like that's why.
I'm also very aware that I've came down to East Belfast with a
gun.
With a
yeah,
gun.
You're a brave man.
Yeah, that's good.
People say PC hasn't gone mad enough. The kid should not be allowed.
I shouldn't have had that.
No, right. That was bloody sore.
I remember a guy in school, Keith. He's absolutely mental, like lovely guy, but
Bit mental. Lost some marbles.
he shot himself in the face with a BB gun. Like he loaded it up and then aimed it like at his teeth.
What?
And then pulled the trigger and like his teeth, his front teeth chipped and he had to get a cap and all on it. He busted a cap in his tooth. He actually did that. He was absolutely nuts.
So somebody gave him a gun, like and
See, he had one as well. He had a BB gun as well.
you see,
We never had the potato gun thing, did we?
no, I remember. I think our uncle had one.
I didn't really know. I didn't know if it was a real thing. Like I heard people like talking about potato guns, and I thought it was like a gun made
It
out of
wasn't until
potatoes.
years afterwards that I fully understood that. I think he just fired bits of potato.
And the peelers had them.
That's gotta get up there.
So I have a little show and tell type thing here.
Okay.
So a blast from the past, if you will.
Had a blast in the past there.
Yeah. I've wrapped it up.
Okay.
I don't have a plate or anything like. But
This is from our child. Have you kept this from 20 years ago?
this looking at it, you would think that this very well might have been cooked
Yeah.
These are, of course, turkey dinosaurs.
I'll try this.
Dry, like this would have been a staple of the school dinner
Oh yeah.
menu. Which, to be fair, you're getting a school dinner and you had the turkey dinosaurs, you were happy enough.
It's not bad actually.
As opposed to like this ice cream scoops of potato that was sitting on the plate with beside beetroot, and then the bottom of the potato would be purple.
I remember in primary school, and I am pretty bitter about this. I was in primary school, so I was pretty young, and even at that young age, realizing this is muck, and then eating this, and refusing to eat it, and the headmaster at the time coming down and shouting at me, like as you know, I was like a annoyingly good. I was like the annoyingly good kid.
Oh, you're the good kid.
The only time I ever got shut at in primary school was because I refused to eat my dinner, and he's like, "This is a waste of food." I'm pretty sure my mum's paying for this, so I can tip this on the ground if I want. And having a got me for
that would have been the ridiculous thing if you were like, "Oh, I'll eat it." Just slowly tip the plate onto the ground.
Yeah.
Working class. Lisburn primary school.
Sticking it to the man.
I'm not eating this crap.
And I think that would have been
Stick your turkey dinosaur.
If I did, that probably would have been the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. If I'd done that.
It's a missed opportunity. Like,
I think instead I just shoved cold ice cream scoop potatoes into my mouth, crying. I think was
the temperature is probably accurate to the school dinner.
That is. However, I was a fan of the pink and brown custard.
Yes.
I'm still not sure what that actually was.
Well, I always, whenever I think back to that, I'm like, oh, but it has to be lumpy,
No.
You're like, that's just the dinner ladies haven't whisked that.
No.
So we're like, oh, why was it lumpy? You know, I remember that lumpy custard because they didn't make it properly.
Yeah, I know. I can only guess that was those colours because of Series E numbers and colourings. I don't know how.
It seems to be like it's 95% nostalgia and 5% meat content.
I think that's it.
There's more turkey meat in a naive blonde traveller to Marmaris than there is in these dinosaurs. But to take it back to the custard, it actually reminds me, both things that reminded me of my mate Dixie.
Right.
And so it was. It was a day. I actually can't remember what his actual name was, but he's called Dixie. And so I was here. There was some girl in the middle of us, and then Dixie was beside her, and it was like corned beef day. It was like a big slice of stinking corned beef, and I was like, this is stinking like. And then Dixie was like, "Hey, I love corned beef." And I'm like, right, okay. The girl in the middle was on her lumpy custard already. See where I'm going with this? I scooped it up like a forklift and handed her, "There you go, Dixie, that's for you, big lad." And it just straight into the custard. She's crying. Dixie's covered in corned beef and custard. He's like, it's all good to me.
Like Joey and Friends.
She goes and has my custard. I was giving away my corned beef so that I could get to the custard quicker.
And you had to give up your custard.
And not only did I not have any dinner, but I didn't have any custard either because she got mine. And by the way, what kind of school was like, "Oh no, you sacrificed your ladle of shite lumpy custard that we have like 3 ton, like 300 litres of." And now you're not getting any.
No, you can't have any more.
You have to learn.
Do you know the worst thing about school lunches was? This is not me being OCD, this is just me having some sort of standards. They used the same ladle for the spaghetti hoops as they did for the beans. And see if I got some spaghetti hoops and there's a few beans in it, it's a different sauce. It
is a bit of a different sauce.
And you could see it because one was darker than the other, and you put it on the gas. Mixing it, I even think about it now, it turns me a bit.
Couple of spaghetti hoops for this.
That'd be the ticket. I actually would eat that probably.
You used to get like airplanes as well.
Airplanes?
The airplane, yeah, they had airplanes, and then obviously the staple was the chicken drummers, which were a bit thicker.
They were good actually. There was a bit more meat in those.
A couple of years, I think I was about 18, and I was like going through.
That's that. Not that young.
Yeah, not a couple of years ago, but about 18, and I was going through like a nostalgic phase, and I said to Mum, we were in Tesco or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, you know, I love some turkey dinosaurs." and was seeing them on the shelf, and I convinced her to get them. 18, like, but mum buying me turkey dinosaur. I was like, right, no worries. So she throws them in the trolley. We go home, and she's like, that's a bit dearer than normal, you know, like that shop or whatever, you know, just 10 quid or more, you know, just done the total doesn't get the same stuff every week. Looking through the receipt, 15 quid for the bag of turkey dinosaurs.
What? Yeah. 15 quid?
15 quid. It wasn't like the Bernard Matthews or whatever.
15 quid?
It was like a different brand, and but it must have been like, you know, proper meat content or whatever in it.
What? Lesson there, don't...
I thought it was hilarious. Mum was absolutely raging.
Who spends 50... Like, you're not buying turkey dinosaurs because of the quality meat.
Yeah, exactly. And I think at the time I told Mum that, like, oh no, man, you can taste the quality, like. Not sure. No. Not sure, like.
Merlin Premier League stickers.
Right.
I was clearly a fan of just collecting stuff. I just there's just something about stickers, and I was able to. I got to the point whereby I think I could name every single player in the Premier League just because.
Sad, like.
No, it's pretty sad.
Just because of stickers.
Yeah, the stickers. And like, I remember like sitting with like mum and dad, and they'd like cover like remember how like you had like the photos of like the head shot, but then there's like longer ones of like just the legs. I could tell from the legs who some of the footballers were. And it's a bit creepy.
Because you had to fill in the whole like,
so
catchphrase.
It was in two halves. Yeah. So there's like the legs, and then you get the top half, and then Paul Scholes stickers always stick in my head because like Paul. It's funny because like he's one of the players, one of the best player like footballers ever. However, he was always he just didn't look like a footballer.
No.
He looked like our Uncle Philip for a long time. I think it's
he looked like the guy that gave me that Barry's Dodgems token.
Yeah, he just looked like a wee guy. But some of his stickers were atrocious. Like you'd be like, did the photographer not go? Actually, but when you take us again, some of them are horrendous, and it's his, even as a child as well, from year to year, right, he didn't learn, like, it's like, he obviously is an attractive man, but you can at least try and make the most of it a wee bit.
Smile.
But, yeah, smile.
Give yourself a chance, Paul. This is for the Euros.
That was a major, that was 2016, Chris. That for me was like, it was like going back in time. I was like, yes, like, and not only was it a cheeky excuse to collect stickers again, but it was for like Northern Ireland. I thought this is a brilliant combination. But yeah, when you're 30 trying to do sticker swaps with people, it is a bit degrading, and I sort of feel like you end up thinking about the people who you see on Facebook, and you're like, Christ, if I ever turn into that, just kill me.
As you can see from this, I was not a stickler for being. Mine were always a bit wonky. Yours were always really straight.
I was always determined. However, I did take a lot of joy in it, I must say. One of the most disappointing things was going to one of the swap shops. You remember going to the swap shops?
I remember those, yes.
King's Hall. Dad, I can't believe Dad bothered to do it. Queuing with us for hours to go into the swap shop, and it was just this massive room of stickers, and it was just so clinical. I was like, right, here's stickers, right, get out, next. And
there was no experience about it.
No, there wasn't. It was like going to Disneyland and just getting sort of got this slap in the face. It was a little bit disappointing, but completed all my books. So from 95 to 2002, all complete.
Must think they're worth now, though. I don't know this.
Bugger all, right, bossy, but
someone buy them.
They're probably not getting the money back that I spent on them. Well, I'll say me, Mum probably spent on them, but
there's a funny story actually about the swap shop thing. Our good friend Horsey, he told me about this. He was big into his Merlin stickers as well, and him and his brother Bobby, similar to the situation to us. Load up all your stickers, you know, all your doubles. We would have just had it like wrapped in a rubber band or whatever.
Yeah.
They kept theirs in a tub of utterly butterly. Obviously an empty tub, and just jamming it in there, you know. How do you know Horsey's put in the fridge? There's Merlin stickers in the butter. So he's got his utterly butterly tub, and they're waiting in the queue, as you said. You're waiting there for hours, like to get to the front of the queue.
Saturday wasted for
And
Dad.
it's horses in Bobby's ear, just horsey, or whatever.
Classic horsey.
Yeah, it's classic horsey. And they finally get to the queue, and the guy's like, right, what do you need? What do you need? Oh, I need like a Ryan Giggs shiny or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, what have you got? Blah blah blah. And he's like, oh, 2 seconds. Cracks open the tub. He's only went and brought the tub of utterly butterleaves and left the tub with stickers on the kitchen table.
Like,
That only happened to Horsey though.
I can't think of anyone else who it happened to. I'm no butter expert, but I would imagine a tub of butter feels and weighs differently than a tub of stickers. Like a tub of stickers,
A normal person would
they're
wear that up.
gonna rattle about a wee bit. They're gonna be. A tub of butter's pretty solid. Like there's no movement there.
These are the same questions that I asked him when he told me this story. And he had no shame. He was like, yeah, I mean, it happened. I just had to take it. I was like, what did you do?
Did they treat him?
No. Well, they didn't. They're like, you can have a Ryan Giggs shiny for a tub of butter. Like, actually, I was going to have a wee toasted crumpet there, like.
I never know the difference, but Teletext and or CFAX, whatever one's which.
Well, CFAX was BBC. And I think they clung on to that.
Again, a bit like Hoover.
Yeah.
I think-
with Teletext, I'm not sure it was like ITV or it was just everyone else.
Was Teletext the like
There might have been the thing.
like,
CFAX
the
was
medium.
like BBC.
BBC?
So Teletext died, I believe, in like 2009. So they
That's
clung on
longer
for a while.
that is like flogging a dead horse there. Like you're really hanging on to that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure the internet was around by then.
Yeah, that's quite bamboozling.
Bamboozle.
Mr. Bamboozle.
That was Channel 4's one, wasn't it?
It might have
I
been.
think so. Mr. Bamboozle, that was a great game.
The worst thing about that was if you got a question wrong, you had to go right back to the very start.
Just doing anything on Teletext or CFAX was not a good experience. Well, looking back, it's a terrible experience. Like working in like sort of digital industry now, we're all about like having a good user experience. That was a terrible user experience.
It was awful.
However, it didn't know any better. That was as good as it got.
No,
it was like
we're in the future now.
This is the Matrix. You felt like you were using the TV for something other than watching TV. It was amazing. Yeah, it was just a simpler time. I just enjoyed the fact that it was like it was obviously the first sort of cursor of or precursor to the internet, and it was just obviously like we're both in that sort of industry now. So for like, it was sort of it's quite nice to look back on that and kind of see how that was the first beginnings of it. But yeah, there was just something quite nice. It was shit, but like it was at the time it was good. It was like same with like us going on like holiday every year to Portrush. It was great. Didn't know any better. It was fantastic. Looking back,
it's all relative, isn't it?
looking back at photos of us in our like shorts and coat,
We're
freezing water.
burying each other in the sand
Yeah.
just because we could,
Yeah.
and then
Didn't know
having
any better.
hypothermia after.
So yeah, CFX and Teletext is one of those things that you just kind of. It was just a total naivety of this is as good as it gets, and then looking back, that was junk. Using that to sort of watch the scores, I just have so many fun memories of spending a Saturday afternoon. That was your only way of seeing what the scores were, and then before you watched like sort of final score, which was kind of quite a nice little sort of memory as well. Just a sort of didn't know what the way of finding
Still the same bloke doing that, isn't it?
Just-
one.
It's that voice. You're like, yep, that's it. Saturday afternoon. Gladiators is on soon. Get
Gladiators.
my turkey dinosaurs soon. This is great.
You may get some beans with it, or it could be spaghetti hoops, but never at the same
That's
time.
it. Live on the edge.
That's your 3 things. So the reason why I'm doing this, Nostalgia AM, it's because I was on the kind of hunt for a podcast in Northern Ireland,
Yeah.
and couldn't really find one that wasn't about business and please give me a job, or please tell me how good I am at my job.
Yeah.
And there wasn't really many just in Northern Ireland. It was just kind of a bit of fun
Yeah.
and just talking about stuff that we all used to love. So that's where I'm going with this, and it's not just. I've listened to a couple and it was like being on LinkedIn for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm driving to work.
Like a screen reader of LinkedIn.
Yeah, like,
yeah,
I just want to go somewhere else for the journey to work. So, but career-wise, you know, don't tell me about your job that you're in now. Tell me about a job that you had back in the day, whether it's your first job or your favourite job.
Well, it was probably my first like proper job, but also my favourite job. I was working in Smith Toys.
Right. In a toy shop.
Yeah, it's a toy shop. It was in Bow Street Mall in Lisburn. I think it's a M&S Food now.
That's closed down as well. That.
Has it?
Yeah.
This one's a dump.
There are other cities available.
Thank God. Smith Toy. Yeah, it was like looking back, which is now whenever I go into like shops and you kind of going, oh, like we'll ask like a shop assistant for help. Don't bother. It'll be someone like me back when I was 17, 18, 19, whatever. Doesn't give a damn. Doesn't have a clue, and yeah, but it was fun. It was great. Like I had so much. I made some good friends there. I had some friends from school who also worked there. Oh, it was just.
Were you one of those guys that someone comes in and they're like, "I'm looking for a Furby. There's none out here."
Yep.
You go and take a wee look out the back for me. What do you say in that scenario?
It changed because no matter what job I do, I like to think I'm pretty diligent. However, that wanes depending on how hungover you are.
So 17-year-old.
17-year-old.
18-year-old, we'll say, to keep it legal. Hungover, coming into work on a Sunday, and someone's asking you to look out the back for a Furby.
Usually, I was like, some people were just like, I hate it now. I was none there, like, so I refuse to say that because even back when I was 17, I hated nothing more than somebody saying, "There's none there, we don't have any." POGS, right?
Yeah,
there's
like,
no way.
What we'll have is out here.
Do you mean?
So you have absolutely nothing out the back.
This is the worst run business in the world. Is it? You've only got enough stock to last you for the nonsense.
There's
right?
nothing out there.
So even as a 17, 18-year-old, I refused to be that person. I'll take a wee dander into the store. Usually just did a wee lap and then came back down again. Phone out. I had to have our phones off the floor and all, but you stash it under a box in the store somewhere. So you go in on your phone.
In a Furby.
Stash it in a Furby. Yeah.
I can't give you that, mate. That's where I keep my phone.
But you get back out again like, nah, I don't have it. And then, but I could always saw the disappointed look. But I was like, if you call back, and this was the trick. If you call back on a day that I'm not here, I'm not working. Call back Monday to Thursday. Guaranteed. Don't call back the weekend. Won't have any. Especially when you're. I remember then I was getting paid £4 an hour, which I was delighted about. £4 an hour.
£4 an hour. Yeah, that sounds horrendous.
Got a wee pay rise to $4.50, and I thought I was the big I am, and that's like slave labour now.
3 hours couldn't get you a packet of expensive £15 turkey dinners.
It's not. I couldn't do it.
3 hours before you're getting a bit of turkey, like.
A wee Friday night shift couldn't get me some turkey dinosaurs, which is pretty
horrendous. You have to take
horrendous.
over into the 4 before you can buy them.
It was back whenever people actually carried cash, and it was definitely good. You got a few quid. However, one woman, I'm going on a tangent here, but one woman decided to order this massive doll's house, and she had like somebody's like 3-seater hatchback. I was like, this is not fitting in here. Made me take out everything in the box, tie it with a bungee cord around the car. Not even a quid. Not even a quid for that. I hope I fell off her car.
It sounds elaborate.
Probably did fall off a car. There's no way that was staying on.
But she came back Monday to Friday. Who gives a shit?
I wasn't there.
Yeah. Right, we will leave it there.
Cheers.
Thank you very much for chatting with me.
Oh, yes, thank you.
And being my first guest.
I'm also just a girl standing in front of asking.
Eat my shorts.